This video I am talking about why I am deciding to trunk the women's fiction novel that I've been working on, That Age, after sending out quite a few queries, after signing a contract with a small press, and then resending queries out, getting requests, and now it's time to trunk it. Stick around. Hello and welcome to The Right Mama. My name is Jennifer Aline. I am a women's fiction writer, a freelance writer, and the mother of twin girls. If you're familiar with the traditional publishing industry, you are probably familiar with rejection. And unfortunately, that just comes with the territory for most and many authors. Querying agents and editors can sometimes be one of the scariest experiences ever for somebody who wants to be traditionally published. I'm going to talk about my little experience over the last couple of years writing the women's fiction novel, my fourth women's fiction novel, That Age, querying it, pitching it, getting a contract, waiting, reversing the contract, requerying, sending off some requests, and then deciding to trunk the book. This is a very, very difficult decision. Honestly, it's difficult, but then again, it also kind of like isn't difficult. I don't know if that makes any sense. I think it's difficult because I've worked really hard to get this book out there, and there was a chance that it was going to be published in December of 2020. That never happened, but I really hoped that maybe this book would get out there. There were some of the characters that kind of were based on some of the friendships that I have and the relationships that some of my friends are in, and I really, really loved those characters. I really liked some of the subplots, but honestly, there were also some issues with this book. To give you a little recap, I wrote That Age, which is the fourth novel I've ever finished. I wrote that in, 2019 I finished writing the book. I pitched this book in the Writer's Digest Conference Pitch Slam in 2019, and I got 7 interests. I got agents, 7 of them, that were interested in the book, so I sent it off. 3 of those agents wanted full manuscripts, so I was super excited and I sent them off. I then took part in PitMad in September, where I got some interest, and I got interest from a small press. If you want to know why I keep on doing air quotes for small press, please see down below the video I made about my experience with that. I signed a contract with this small press, and I was supposed to get this book published and out by fall, winter 2020. Then COVID happened. I guess we can blame COVID. Long story short, the rights were reversed with this small press. And I decided, okay, I'm going to try to query this book a little bit to some new agents and some new editors, obviously those who have not seen the book yet. And this is where this story starts. So, to give some numbers, and we all know how much I love numbers, I started requerying That Age December 5th. I started sending out to agents and editors, hoping that maybe something would come through. Numbers-wise, I sent to 17 professionals. I sent out 17 queries between December and March or April. Yeah, I think March was the last time I sent one. March 11th. I sent out 17 letters. And from there, 14 of them were literary agents, and the other 3 were editors at small presses. I'm also including in this 17 the 3 professionals that requested my manuscript from the PitMad in March 2021. So just to give you some more numbers, I'm still waiting to hear from 5. Some of them were more recent, so I can give them the benefit of the doubt. I think 2 of them were from like December, so nope, they're done. I still have like a little spark of a maybe in the back of my mind for this book with those agents, but honestly, I'm just going to move forward. Out of the 17 professionals that I sent my book off to, I got 3 full requests, which was super exciting. 2 were from agents and 1 was from a small press. Unfortunately, nothing happened with those professionals, but I did get some really great feedback, and I'll make a video sometime on how important it is to get that feedback and how it's honestly almost just as helpful as signing a contract. Obviously, it's not the same as having the call and signing a contract, but getting genuine personal feedback after a full request lifts my spirits, and it should lift your spirits too. So all in all, Between December and March, I sent off 17 queries, and most of them were to literary agents. A few of them were to small presses. I did get some full requests, which was great. And I'm still waiting to hear back from some, but like I said, I'm just going to keep going. The reason I'm deciding to officially stop is because I'm very excited about the book I'm writing, and I do want to incorporate some of the subplots, some dynamics from that age into my current work in progress, because I did get positive feedback from professionals about some of those topics and about some of those dynamics. So I want to incorporate them in a unique new way in this work in progress I'm working on. Also, something that I honestly hate to admit is when I pitched back in 2019 at Writer's Digest, when I pitched this story, I hated the ending. I hated the ending of that age. Yes, it did come full circle in the story in a way. However, I wasn't happy with it. I was never happy with the end of it. So even when it was picked up by the small press, I still had some doubts, and I don't think you should ever publish a book if you have these doubts. Over these last few months, I kind of thought of different ways that I could change the ending of the story, even though, yes, it does come full circle. Yes, the ending could be a content ending for some people. However, for me, it wasn't. I tried thinking of some ways to alter it a little bit, but none of those really worked. Another issue I had with that age is that there was not a very clear, overarching plot. There are 3 main characters, and each subplot, each story is very, very crystal clear. However, that umbrella, that overarching plot was a little fuzzy. And though it made sense, there was no deadline or no, what if for the overarching plot. So I think that kind of stabbed me in the back a little bit. However, again, I got signed anyway. Yes, there are some iffy points when it comes to the small press. I wasn't really happy with the ending and the overarching plot of the story. When it came to the characters, I loved the characters. When it came to their specific stories and their subplots, I loved them. However, there were some parts of the story that just didn't click for me, that would have taken some work. I could have worked with an editor. I could have talked to somebody if I got signed. However, since I've been querying and working on my new work in progress, manuscript number 5, I'm going to trunk this story and take some dynamics from it, put them into this current book, and maybe take the characters, some other characters and some other parts of it, and put it into a book in the future. But right now, I think this is the best choice for this story. I also want to mention that rejection is normal. If you're starting your querying journey right now, realize you will get more rejection than positive feedback, and that is okay. If you don't get more rejection than positive feedback, you are definitely a sparkly little unicorn in the universe of struggling writers out there in the world. So just remember that rejection is normal. Don't be too hard on yourself. And if you do get a partial or a full request, whatever feedback you get from that professional, take it, use it, and run with it, because they know what they're saying and they saw potential in you. So anytime you get a request for more, realize you're a good writer, keep going, take their feedback, and just become a better writer. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for listening to this very short, quick little video about my querying adventure, my querying results for manuscript number 4, that age. And if you like this kind of stuff, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I post usually every Friday. Thank you so much. Stay creative and stay caffeinated. And I need to go get some iced coffee. Bye.